You know, I really hate to be the bearer of bad news here, boys, but yeah, you saw the title and the thumbnail. We've got some more stuff taken out behind the woodshed here. So this has been crazy. Now, to be fair, a lot of this stuff goes on all the time, every year, throughout each year, but I've never really gone and tracked any of it down. And now I'm to the point where I'm seeing so many of my personal favorites kind of going out of stock and things being a little bit mysterious that I've really been taking initiative to reach out to brands and get down to the bottom of this stuff here and actually try to verify if things are getting discontinued or not. It seems like you guys are also benefiting from these videos as well, because they're discontinuing stuff that a lot of people, at least in the community, really like. So I'm going to continue to do this here. Leave some comments down below if you have any suspicions about certain fragrances being discontinued or on the way out, and I'll do my best to reach out to brands and get an answer one way or the other for that, because it seems like we're clearing some stuff up here. You know, we've confirmed things, and we've also confirmed that certain ones are not discontinued by the brands. In this video, we have 4 or 5 fragrances that are being discontinued, and we have one that is not, that I have my suspicions about, that I reached out and they said no, and we'll get to that one at the end. So let's start off with kind of the main one, and it's not one, it's actually pretty much an entire line, and it makes me very sad. It really pains me to do this, because when I was growing up and just getting started in the fragrance community, these were getting hype. Yeah, the Ferrari fragrances, they are going goodbye. So I'll read off the emails here. Reached out to the brand. Started off by getting an email back that said, we are sorry to inform you that fragrances are currently not available on our website. We suggest that you check the availability at your nearest store. So this here did not answer my question at all. I asked if the fragrances mentioned here were discontinued, and that's what they sent me. So I pushed further and again asked if they were discontinued, and to that I got, and I'll put screenshots of these as well. With regret, we inform you that both fragrances have been discontinued or no longer being produced. And by both, that time I was asking about Bright Neroli here, and also Radiant Bergamot. So that confirms these two there. And then if we go further, I asked about a couple more. Let's see if I can find it here really quick. I asked about Noble Fig, which I don't actually have, I need to, and Pure Lavender. And so they said, in follow-up to your previous inquiry, with further regret, the fragrances Noble Fig and Pure Lavender are also no longer in production any longer. So, you know, they knew they were dishing out some bad news left after right here. And that's it for those. So a quick recap: Ferrari Bright Neroli, Radiant Bergamot, Pure Lavender, Noble Fig. Basically that entire line, pretty much. All of these here no longer in production. I will link all of these down below. Do not wait around. The links will take you to the best prices with the most amount of stock available, so you can start picking these up. Bright Neroli rather, about $34 right now, 100 ml, lowest price, which is worth every single penny. I love this one. It's really a shame. I'm going to get a couple for myself here. It's great stuff, man. This price point, this is unheard of. Radiant Bergamot, also one of my favorites. I bought it as a tester. Really wish I wouldn't have done that now. I wish I would have spent like $2 extra and gotten a cap, especially now that it's discontinued. But whatever, I'll probably pick up another one of these as well. Also very cheap. It's a great bergamot scent, of course. Bright stuff, great for summertime. I believe I may have placed this one in my summer list, which I've already shot, and so that may pose an issue when I post it probably at the end of this month. Apologies in advance for that. Hopefully you could still pick it up floating around there after that. The lavender one, Pure Lavender, really like this one as well. Nice, masculine, mature. The only one I don't have is Noble Fig. Not the biggest on fig fragrances, but given that it is now discontinued, I'll probably go ahead and pick one up. So yeah, with sad regret, we have confirmation that this Ferrari line is no longer. Now, Ferrari does have a few other fragrances out there. I didn't push and try to get information about any of those. They just don't really seem to be as popular as talked about. I just wanted to focus on these, but who really knows what they're doing. And the last one here in terms of being discontinued, we have Narciso Rodriguez for him. This is the EDT. So this was kind of brought to my attention, and I had my suspicions here when I was doing my buying guide. I was able to track down and pick up a bottle of just the Eau de Toilette. This is not Blue Noir. This is literally just Narciso Rodriguez for him, EDT. Bare bones, first one from the brand here. And it's a shame because I really like this one as well. This one has kind of been dubbed as the wet concrete after it rains type of fragrance, which sounds a little bit weird, but it kind of has that vibe. It's gray, it's kind of gloomy, you know, it has this spring day kind of smell to it. For me, it's really nice. It's quite interesting. It's not your traditional men's release, and that right there is probably why it's been discontinued. You know, it doesn't fit in as well as what they're doing with the Blue Noir line. And so, yeah, this one, it's really dwindling down. It's getting harder and harder to get this one. This one's probably been discontinued for a while. This may not be necessarily brand new news with this one here, but, you know, still a bummer. Okay, now let's get to the fragrance that I was starting to have my suspicions about. And there have been times where I've thought about this one a couple times in the past. A couple years back, you know, this fragrance has a tendency to go out of stock often, and it also has a tendency for the price to rise often, you know, right before it goes out of stock. I'll just show you what it is and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's my beloved Hugo Boss Reversed. You know, I brought this one kind of into the community like going on, what, 3 summers ago now at this point. Loved it, still love it, still one of my favorites. And it's always been a little bit trickier to get. You know, I saw that the 100 milliliter bottles have kind of gone out of stock in a lot of places, and the price has also gone up. And just an example, I was browsing Joma Shop to see if I could find any good deals for you guys, and I saw the, what is this, 4.2 ounce bottle going for $70. And so immediately I'm like, uh-oh, this can't be good. It's normally a $40 fragrance for that bottle size. And so I reached out to the brand, to Hugo Boss, to see if it was discontinued, because I thought maybe stock was drying up and I was a little bit late to the show here. And this is what I got in return. I said, or they said, "Thank you for contacting Hugo Boss. We have not discontinued this amazing fragrance, but it is not currently available on our website. However, it is available through other retailers. Please let us know if you have any other questions," whatever. So not discontinued, probably just low on stock like a lot of fragrances have been lately. But yeah, we have confirmation that this is still going to be in production, which is amazing because I love this stuff. My girlfriend loves it on me as well. I was already ready to buy backup bottles of this one, but luckily don't have to just yet. So that's really all I've got here for this one. Got some good news for some of you. Some people hate this fragrance with a passion, primarily just because it got hyped up, I feel like, and other people, you know, like it. So good news there. The bad news really lies within the Ferrari line of fragrances. These are kind of legendary, you know. If these were $100 a piece, it wouldn't really matter because there are other better fragrances out there for $100 a piece, but $30 range for these, sometimes less. And so they definitely made a big name for themselves. You know, most notably Bright Neroli. This one I think got the bulk of the hype. Link down below. Get it while you can. Seriously, you don't want to find yourself in a position where you're having to pay $50, $100 for this one. It's not worth it at that price point, but it's worth it where it is now. Don't wait around. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.